This video is a continuation of actually 1.1b. We needed to talk about converting decimal degrees to degree minutes second, and I forgot to put that example in. Before you start watching this, you might want to pause if you have not already and gone to the link that I provided on the web page to a site called Zona Land Education, where there's an introduction to degrees, minutes, and seconds, and it actually explains what those are in degrees really well. It talks about dividing the circle up into 60 minutes and then those 60 minutes up into 60 seconds. It has nothing to do with the hours and time that we use, but it really just has to do with radians. So I want you to look at that for an introduction, and then we're going to come back to this and go through the examples. When you go through there, you're going to learn that 1 minute is 1/60th of a degree, so there's 60 minutes in a degree. And 1 second is 1/3600th of a degree. So there's 60 seconds in a minute, and then since there's 60 minutes in a degree, that's 60 times 60. That's where the 3600 comes in. So let's start with doing a conversion. And when we convert 64.56 degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds, you're going to see it as DMS. We're going to actually use this process right here. So you're going to start by writing 64 plus 0.56 times 60, because there's 60 minutes. There's 60 minutes in 1 degree. So when we do that, you're going to take 64 degrees plus 56 times 60 is 33.6. Now, take that 64 degrees and 33 minutes, and now take the 0.6 and multiply it by 60 again. That gives you 64 degrees plus 33 minutes. 0.6 times 60 is 36, so 36 seconds. Now, if I'm going to do this on a TI-84 graphing calculator, I'm using the 84 Plus Silver Edition. We're going to take this, and I'm going to tell you what the buttons are, and we'll demonstrate it in class. So put 64 into your 64.56 in your calculator. Hit your second button. Hit the angle button, which actually the angle is over the apps button. It's 2 rows down from the second, a little bit diagonally. When you get there, you're going to see a menu, and number 4 is what you're going to choose. You can just hit it, and it will go to DMS. You could also scroll down to 4 and then hit enter. It'll show on your calculator 64.56 DMS. Hit enter once you see that on your screen, and the display is going to come up, and it should read 64 degrees, 33 minutes, and 36 seconds. Now remember from the website that I showed you that 64 degrees, 33 minutes is shown with the 1 tick mark, and 36 seconds is showed with 2. The little S that popped up above, that looks like something I forgot to erase on the very end under the graphing calculator. Just ignore that. Now let's go the other way. So we're going to take 152 degrees, 14 minutes, and 37 seconds. We're going to take it to decimal degrees. So we're going to round to the nearest hundredth in the end there. So we're going to start by taking 152 plus 14 and multiply it by 1/60th, because 14 minutes is to convert that, instead of multiplying this time, we'll divide by 160. Take the 37 and multiply it by 1 over 3600, or divide by 3600. That's to represent our seconds. So we take 152 plus 14 times 1/60th is 0.2333, repeating. 37 divided by 3600 is 0.0102777, repeating. That gives you 152.2436. If you round it to the nearest hundredth, 152.24. Now, this is super easy on your graphing calculator. Again, I'm using a TI Silver Plus Edition graphing calculator. You're going to take that 152. You're going to hit your second button, and then angle, and then you're going to choose 1 to choose the degree. So 1 is the first thing on there, and you're going to see a little degree symbol. Just hit 1. Then it's going to go back to your calculator, and you'll see 152 degrees. So now add 14. Don't add. Put 14 in. Hit your second button. Hit angle again, and this time choose number 2 to choose the minutes. And you'll see that 1 little tick mark there. That means minutes. On your calculator, it takes you back, so you now put 37 down. Hit your second button. This time you have to hit alpha, And alpha is right below the second button because the seconds aren't actually in that menu. I don't know why they did that, but it's actually right over the plus button on your calculator. Okay, so you hit alpha, it's under the second button. That brings you to the quotation marks, the double tick marks. It's over the plus button. That chooses seconds for you. Once you choose those little quotation or those second marks, it'll bring you back to the screen. You'll see the numbers. Hit enter, and the display should take you right to that decimal equivalent, and you should see 152.2436 degrees or something close to that. Because remember, these are approximations when we have to round it off. So I hope that helps you with some of those problems that we saw at the end of class that we forgot to do some examples for. Make sure you read the website too. That's very useful information. It actually explains it pretty simply and really nicely. All right, good luck.